guys? I'm so happy to be back here and actually recording a video instead of that little intro that I did. We're here for UFC on ABC Holloway Tater. Hearing UFC on ABC just sounds weird to me. It's a little promo thing they're trying to do. I don't really understand it, especially with the contract they have with ESPN. Not really grabbing that concept, but it is what it is. Eventually, the main plan with the podcast and what I want to do here is start having sections and start figuring out what I'm going to do instead of having everything scattered all over the place. But just gotta get the ball rolling and start getting ideas out on the floor and start doing things. So we'll go through the card. We'll talk about who I think is going to win, what the decisions are, all the guys' last 3 fights. And then obviously, with this podcast being released, we'll be announcing that we're doing a video next week for McGregor and Poirier, which is a pay-per-view. That one I'm super, super excited about because that has title implications written all over it. Winner of that probably is fighting for a title. So, I mean, granted, you don't want to look past these fights because the co-main event and the main event tonight are 2 fights that personally I'm excited for as a fight fan. But next week is a big, big, big fight. So to start off the night, we got Punali Soriano. He's 7-0, and he's taking on Dusko Tordovic, who's 10-0. Punali Soriano's last 3 fights, he's won by rear naked in round number 1, decision TKO, decision second round, and a TKO in round number 1. So that's 3 fights in a row. I mean, they're both undefeated fighters. I watched Dusko fight once because he beat Michel Pereira. Really not entirely. Dusko's last 3 fights, Dusko Tordovic, his last 3 fights, he TKO punches round 1, decision, and then TKO punches Michel Pereira. And Michel just beat Chaos Williams in a fight that I don't think he won, personally speaking. That fight could go either way. One thing I will say, it's not going to decision. I'm going to take Dusko because he has a little bit more of their experience. So if you're looking to bet, I'd put my money on Dusko. And then the next fight after that, we got Alicio De Carico. Hopefully I said his name right. I practiced that like 14 times to try to pronounce it right. He's 12-5. Lost by decision, lost by decision, lost by decision. He's having a really rough go in the UFC. They've been making him fight the who's who. Not really sure if putting him up against the freight train that is Joaquin Buckley is the next best step for him. Because Joaquin Buckley just won Knockout of the Year honors with his 2 fights ago. And his last fight, he put on a good performance. He beat the dude up, knocked him out as well. But his 3 fights ago, he did lose to Kevin Holland in round 3, which was a really competitive fight. Them dudes threw down in that fight. So that one's really exciting as well. I'm really excited about the Joaquin Buckley fight. I'm going to have to go with Joaquin. You can't be on a 3-fight win streak and expect me to put my piggy bank on you. You know what I mean? Like, you guys can say what you want in the comments and let me know what you think. But that's as far as I'll go with someone. Like, I see those 3 losses, I'm out the door. I want no part of that. And then the next fight of the night is another really big fight. You got Santiago Pozobino. Another name I try to pronounce 17 times. 28-3. A lot of experience on that young gentleman. A lot of experience. And listen to his last 3 fights that he's beat. Beat Neil Magny with KO punches. A decision win against Mike Perry. And had a KO win against Gunnar Nelson. Those are 3 big, big names in the UFC. So I don't really want to bet against Santiago, but he's fighting Li Jingliang, who is no joke. That dude is a beast. His last 3 fights, he's lost by decision, win by TKO in the 3rd round, and a TKO by body kicks. I can't bet against someone who's beat those 3 dudes that I just listed. Neil Magny's a stud. Gunnar Nelson's a stud. And that dude's got a lot of experience. So my pity bank goes to Santiago. 100%. And then the co-main event, those are two legends in the co-main event. Let me tell you guys, two legends. Like Juice WRLD dropped the Legends song. You know what I mean? Carlos Condit and Matt Brown. Two dudes that have been in the UFC since I was a kid. Carlos Condit's 31-13. Matt Brown's 24-17. Carlos Condit has a win and decision, a loss to Michael Chiesa, and a loss by submission to Charles Oliveira. Or not Charles Oliveira, Alex Oliveira, Cowboy. I'm sorry. Excuse me. So that's a rough go for Carlos Condit, who's on the back end of his career. But Matt Brown, who's 24-17, he's on 2-3 in his last 3 fights. That fight could go either way. I don't like betting on the old guns. Carlos Condit has a lot more wrestling background. So if I had to put my money on it with those old guys, I'm going to go with Carlos Condit. He's been in a lot more wars. If you're looking for, a fight fan's opinion. And then the main event. The reason the people are here. Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar. Max Holloway's 21-6. 21-6 with the last 2 of his losses. I don't agree with one of them. I mean, you can say he lost one. I just don't agree. He should be the champion. And lost decision loss, and then a win decision against pretty sure that was Frankie. Yeah, it was Frankie. No, it was Brian. I think. Calvin Kattar is also 22-4. Win decision, KO second round, and a loss decision. Now, this fight, if Calvin Kattar wins, he fights for the title. That is 100% a fact. I don't want to see that happen to Max Holloway. I don't like to normally have biased opinions. My opinion on this one is going to be biased. Breakdown team, it's going to be biased. I want Max Holloway to get a crack at the title. I want that. So I'm putting my piggy bank on Max Holloway winning. Now, granted, he doesn't win a lot of fights by knockout, so he's got to weather a storm. He's got to weather a mean storm in Calvin Kattar. So don't be surprised if Calvin Kattar walks out of there with a win. And neither will I be. It's going to be a dogfight, and the card's going to be good. And I know for the casual fan that this isn't going to be that hype of a card. But as a fight fan and someone who's into fights and someone who's been without fights for 4.5 weeks, I think, or 3 weeks, I'm dying for this card. I'm excited for this card. And don't think that that's all, because next week we have McGregor and Poirier, and I'll be doing a video going over all of that stuff as well. And that one, I'm going to try to do a little bit of something special for that one. I just wanted to get the ball rolling and actually do a solid video and do a good video and talk about the fights and talk about who I think is going to win and what's going to go on. Also, eventually, I don't know what pay-per-view or when I'll do it, but I really would like to just do like a live play-by-play reaction. Me and my buddies drinking, hanging out, watching the fights. It would be cool. McGregor Poirier, so this video, by the time you guys see it, will be coming out either the night before Holloway Kattar or the day of Holloway Kattar. I'll probably do it the night before so you guys can watch it and kind of, get excited for the fight. It makes a lot more sense that way. Next week, we will be doing a video for McGregor and Poirier 2. So be on the lookout for that. Probably do a little like promo video for that. Get the hype up, because that one's going to be really exciting. And again, if you like the video, be sure to hit the like button. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, turn on the bell so you get notified for all future videos on Backwoods Breakdown. I'm going to enjoy talking about all these fights and doing all this other stuff. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. I appreciate everyone. I love everyone. Until next time, peace out.